my little TisaTells? Let's have a conversation. I'm trying to approach this respectfully, but Pete Davidson is in rehab. Now, everybody's talking about Kanye being right about North on TikTok. Can we finally agree that Kanye was right about having that man around his kids when Kim didn't even know what she was messing with? Or maybe she did and she was just covering up because Kanye been said, and I quote, "Pete, go and get my baby's mom hooked on drugs." Y'all, listen, let's actually talk about this. Okay, first of all, Pete Davidson has entered rehab. Now, the cynical me thinks, did you enter rehab because of what's going on with that charge of reckless driving that you got in California and you're trying to do what you can to beat the case? Or is it something new? Can I say it's not much a surprise? We saw what happened. Well, I'll just be frank, right? I'm trying to walk around it because I want to be sensitive because mental health is real. Mental illness is ill. We should take the stigma off of it 100%. But when it comes to relationships, especially when there's kids, the person you love, respect, your best friend, your lover, your homie, your friend, whatever, could have an issue with alcohol. They could have an issue with narcotics. They could have something with mental health that makes them very a danger to themselves, but also other people. And when you have children around, it's like, yeah, I'm praying for you. Yeah, I want to get you better. Yeah, I want to do this, but stay away from my kids. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was Kanye's point. Now, we've been seeing signs of it, but what's weird to me is there's documentaries going around about how Ye did this, Ye did that. Ye told me I couldn't have any of his juice snacks. Ye told me I couldn't have any of his pretzels. Ye told me that my shirt was ugly. There's all these stories going around, and don't get me wrong, I'm not letting Kanye off. He was tripping. And he's doing good, doing a tour with Bianca, just keeping his mouth shut. He needs to open up his mouth and actually just apologize to people and move on. But I will say this. We saw Pete crash into a side of a house. Y'all was making jokes. I mean, I wasn't, because I was like, he cuckoo for cocoa. That man is, he loco, homie. Y'all remember that show? I think it was East LA or East Side. Forget about it. Nobody remembers it but me, right? Let's actually think about what happened with him. He just been crashed into a side of a house with nobody else on the street. This man bought a puppy from a puppy mill. Okay? Peter talk trash. Peter's professional trolls. That's all they do is talk trash. They love getting under people's skin. This man took the time to find the number to the head of PETA, find her number, and leave her a voicemail where she was cursing her out, calling her every type of B, whore, like any name you can think of, he was letting it ring. The media said, well, PETA can be annoying. And I'm like, this man has done more in the span of a year since he came on my radar than Kanye ever did. And when I say do things, I mean things that put people in real danger. Say what you want about Kanye saying stuff about people. And yes, that was bad. I'm not trying to make comparison. But to me, a man out the blue calling me up and threatening me and leaving a violent voicemail, that's way more scary. Because first of all, oh, I'm scared. How'd you get this number? Pete was literally at a basketball game taking pictures with fans. Somebody's grandfather was like, yo, Pete, trying to get a picture with Pete to show their grandchildren. This man was an old man. And Pete literally, with security all around him, with no warning, body checked and physically hit the old man and then started screaming at him. What did y'all say? Well, you know, what did TMZ say? Well, you know, like the old man was in his space. Like, you know, let that be a lesson to him. TMZ, I don't know how much Pete's people are paying TMZ, but TMZ will literally, Pete could literally off a whole school bus full of people, and TMZ will have an excuse. So Pete's been showing us all this stuff, and now he admits he's back in rehab. He says dealing with his bipolar disorder, but who knows? You know, when somebody's in rehab, they don't say whether it's did a substance cause it, what caused it, but he has been spiraling for a while. We knew he was spiraling when he lost Saint in Walmart. And Kim was still sitting there trying to act like it was no big thing. Y'all, let's get into this. I noticed Kim, who pledged she would always protect Pete. She hasn't said 2 words about him. Knowing Kim, she's probably like, haha, because she can't stand Pete either. But let's look at, before we get into that, let's look at Kanye's words when he tried to tell us. That's one thing I will say about Kanye. When he is not making comments about people's race, he don't be wrong, right? When he's not making comments about people's race. Remember, he said, I'm really concerned that Skeet will get my kid's mom hooked on drugs. He's in rehab every 2 months. He said, the way Skeet used Kim's marital status to address Kanye was a sneak diss towards her, and she didn't even catch it. Now, she didn't say that. One of Kanye's friends said that. Anyway, right? Pete, for his point, says that he's never really done drugs. I don't believe that to be true, because the way, and y'all can be like, he got lupus. I don't believe it. Come on, we all know what somebody that just had a little bit too much for the night before looks like. Anyway, let's get into what's actually going on to him. I just don't understand how the media, there is a whole Kanye documentary and Pete is crashing cars into the side of houses and people are still treating him like he's little boy lost. Y'all, that privilege must be nice. Woo. They said he's checked himself into rehab amid, he entered the facility to take a mental break. His girlfriend, Chase, who wonders, I feel sorry for her. Any woman Pete dates, I feel sorry, because he is a handful. And at the end of the day, he ends up blaming you and hating you for actually being stable, right? Chase, who wonders, is standing by him. Why wouldn't she stand by him? This is what I mean. Is it just bipolar, or did you fall back into the wiki wacky, whatever he is doing, and that's what it is? Again, please don't get me wrong. Mental health is important. Please tend to your mental health. But it's not doing anybody that has mental health problems, whether it's you or the person around you, if people see you self-destructing, see you spiraling, seeing you doing crazy things, and all they do is stand around and make excuses. Part of like mental health shame is not also being oblivious. Nobody should shame anybody with mental health. If you have any issues, please address them. We will lift you up. You will support you. But if we see you literally going ham, crashing into the side of houses, baby, this is not saying anything's wrong with you. This is saying you need to go get help. Do you feel what I'm saying? Y'all feel what I'm saying? And the fact that everybody stood by, including Kim, watching this full spiral, acting like it's okay, when literally, and to the fact that he had to finally just go get help himself. Imagine everybody around you when you are literally spiraling, just watching you fall, laughing about it. Anyway, right? He checked himself into rehab. For ongoing battle with borderline personality disorder and PTSD after leaving a charity, leaving PETA an explicit. The Daily Mail is stupid. After cursing PETA out on the floor, on the phone, they said Pete regularly goes to rehab for tune-ups and to take a mental break. So that's what's happening. Anyone who knows Pete knows that he'll always step up and get help when he knows he needs it. How come you didn't step up when you hit the side of the house? Again, it makes me think, as much as people talk trash about Kanye, he was right about North. He was right about Pete. Having Pete around his kids, because Pete had just gotten out of stint of rehab. I'm not saying it, but like, you're protecting the kids. Shouldn't there be a little bit of observation before you go in? Anyway, they said Pete has a lot of people in his corner who love him and support him and are proud of him. TMZ is lying for him. He's taking a well-deserved break so he can focus on himself and learn to better deal with his PTSD issues, which is good, right? Let me also just say this. I get that Pete has PTSD, right? And I get that what he's been through is sad. But I also get that, when are people going to stop using that as an excuse for while he's always wilding out and acting out? At the end of the day, Kanye shows sometimes very ugly sides of his personality. And Pete does too. I'm just wondering why Pete always gets a pass. Anyway, right? The actor has been in rehab numerous times before. In 2017 and 2019. In February 2020, the star confirmed that he sought treatment in a treatment center in Arizona. Listen, let's hope that Pete reemerges. Let's hope he is rebuilt. And let's hope that they actually start holding him accountable. But I will say one thing, Kanye was right about Pete. He was. And I know that makes a lot of people mad, but he was 100% right. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.